Thank you so much. But please. So after not seeing a single snake at the first spot, I moved to another area in a local neighborhood, and right away we found this guy. Now, phenotypically or visually speaking, this does look like a red striped ribbon, as you can see there in the dorsal. The western ribbon would be a little more accurate. Alright, what's going on, guys? So right here I have a beautiful little western ribbon snake, aka, well, red striped ribbon snake, western ribbon snake, intergrade technically in this area. You can see the red striped ribbon kind of coming through here with this nice red stripe going down the middle of the body. But you know, a lot like water snakes, these are going to be mostly amphibian and fish eaters that are semi-aquatic, kind of hanging out around typically waterways, creeks, ponds, and things like that. These are non-venomous, but like water snakes from the genus Nerodia, it's thought that they might have potentially anticoagulants in their saliva, meaning that if you were to get bit, it might bleed a little more than normal, maybe itch a little, but by no means are they venomous, and definitely not dangerous, so nothing to worry about, but a beautiful, beautiful little harmless ribbon snake from the genus Stamnophis, just like garters. Gorgeous little guy. I caught him right here, and that's where we're gonna let him go, so let's do that now. There he goes. I just spotted a large plain-bellied water snake right here, but it's in kind of a bad spot. Don't think we're going to be able to get to this one. Pretty large snake skin right here, just off the side of the path. This one probably isn't more than a couple days old. And in the spot we're in, this is probably a large water snake or maybe rat snake. Almost ran right into this girl's web while trying to look for snakes in the tall grass. This kind of bouncing motion you're seeing her do is almost certainly to scare me away. And it's no surprise why. She's got a huge egg sac right here hanging next to her web. Took a little while after that ribbon snake, but I just came across another snake. Actually, I saw a few snakes, but couldn't get my hands on any of them. Until this one. Oh my god. Chill out, dude. These guys are kind of hit or miss as far as their temperament. Some are chiller than others, but I would say for the most part, plain-bellied water snakes like this tend to be a little feistier than some other snake species. I mean, let's be honest, water snakes in general are known to be a bit feisty, but can vary between individual. Look at those awesome yellow colorations throughout its belly. And as I've mentioned in the past in my videos, there's quite a bit of variation in the color of these depending on the area of their range, because their range is pretty much throughout most of the southern US, you know, and ranging even all up the East Coast. But over there, you know, towards the eastern side of the US, they have a much deeper orange-red coloration on their belly versus here where it's a very light yellow, almost white, hence plain-bellied water snake. So pretty cool. A lot of variation with these guys. Really interesting snakes. These are aquatic or semi-aquatic, feeding primarily on fish and amphibians, which is one of the reasons they spend their time near the water, but they feel right at home in the water. Great swimmers. And I just spotted this guy hanging out in the rocks. He actually started darting away and went under a rock where I could corner him, but that is not the first one I saw. I saw much bigger plain-bellied over there basking in the rocks that I lost, and saw a handful of ribbon snakes apart from the one that I did catch. But just at a neighborhood pond here, you don't need to go far to find herps and, you know, lots of different wildlife honestly. As long as you got some source of water is usually a key indicator of life. And then because life, water attracts their food source, aka frogs, toads, and fish. So I'm gonna take a quick picture of this little plain-bellied, nothing we haven't seen before, and I'm gonna let it go back in the rocks where I got it. Wow, look at the reds on this little diamondback I just caught. Saw him scooting into the weeds here. He's feisty too. He's got some crazy red colorations going on though. Holy cow. Look at that on his belly. I've never ever seen such pronounced belly coloration on a snake, let alone a diamondback. That is amazing. People tend to overlook these diamondback water snakes, honestly, because they're pretty common. Wow, thank you so much. But please, I also don't like to handle water snakes because of this reason right here. They can be a little mouthy, but man, this diamondback is gorgeous. Like, I know I just said it, but I'll say it again. I've never seen one with that kind of belly coloration. I've seen ones with red bellies before. I mean, that's not uncommon, but that deep red and at this size, this isn't like a newborn baby. This one's actually decent sized, and it's still got those colors. That's pretty awesome, I have to say. So neat. I'm gonna get some pictures of that, and we'll keep looking. I just saw another ribbon snake, but they keep shooting into the weeds over here before I can get them. It's also, I haven't mentioned it yet today, it's actually nice and cool. First cool day we've had here in Central Texas, and the snakes are loving it. They've been out basking throughout the day, actually, mainly at this spot. I didn't see any snakes actually before I got to this spot, so I don't know why I said throughout the day, but it seems the snakes are liking it for sure, at least here. Man, that is so neat. Love that. So while I'm sitting here talking about this diamondback, I see another one in the water, so plucked it out, and it's even feistier, I think, than the first one. Definitely a bit bigger, probably at least a year older, I would say, based on the size difference, but same species and roughly the same color on these two, but the bigger one does not have those crazy reds on its belly, on its ventrals, like the smaller one does. Man, he's got quite a mouth on him though. Awesome aquatic diamondback water snakes, and these aren't venomous, but they do have anticoagulants in their saliva, which makes you bleed a little more than most other non-venomous snakes would. Makes you itch a little more typically, and man, he is all bite, that is for sure, but still harmless. Awesome common diamondback water snakes. I'm gonna let these guys go here in a minute after I grab a couple pictures, but it's good to get some snakes in hand, see some reptiles. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. So I made the decision to actually go back and take a closer look at this yellow garden spider. The venom of these isn't medically significant, and honestly I knew she wouldn't bite me anyways, so being totally transparent, even as somebody who loves arachnids, I don't hold large spiders too often, as it does still make me a little nervous, but more so some of the very large and super quick species like large huntsman spiders. This girl had no interest in biting me, and honestly I could do a lot more damage to her than she would to me, but with the cooler weather I definitely wanted to keep the interaction pretty brief so I don't tire her out. As soon as she felt that web, she knew where she was at, and now she can get back to protecting the next generation. Thank you for watching this week's wildlife adventure, and I'll see you in the next one.